seller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black home firm, but we ain't all black homes.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter, and this is the Grow Your Money podcast, where we talk about how to grow your money and not blow your money, because if you blow your money, what happens? It ain't a damn thing funny. Welcome. It is Money Mondays. This Mondays is where I like to talk about money. So get in, go tell your friends that Constance Carter is live, and we're going to talk about money, and we're going to talk about things that affect you. So before we get started, I just want to shout out my folks. All the people who be on here rocking with me every single day. Thank you for coming on here. I see you, lovely JR. I see you, Mr. Booker. I see you, Sophia from Stockton, California. And so as you guys come in, and if this is your first time watching, put in the chat that this is my first time watching. And we just want to welcome you here with us today, because this is where me and my family and my friends get together and we discuss topics that I think are important to you, which is really around building your wealth, specifically Black wealth. That's my goal, is to help educate Black folks on Black wealth and all things Black positively, Black influence, Black excellence, Black affluence. That is my goal. So tell your friends, come on in. And we're going to have a great conversation today. Okay, Gregory, I see you. What's up? He said this is his first time. What's up, Miss Holly? I see you. Where you watching from? The other thing, what's up, Mr. Larry? I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in and watching. The other thing is, I want to know if you know of a Black-owned business, because that's important. We always like to celebrate Black-owned businesses. I don't know if you know that less than 3% of businesses in Black communities are Black owned. So it's really important that we start getting together and not only building our Black businesses, but we support our Black businesses. And that's why I always want to shout them out every time I come live every single day. Or every time I come live, I always want to shout out a Black owned business. So if you are a Black owned business, or you know a Black owned business, make sure you put it in the comments. Also, I want you to join our group, our free group on Facebook. It's called Stay Woke. I want you to join that, because also that's a place where we can collaborate, where you could share your Black-owned business just all the time, every day. It's a place where we share just information about all things Black excellence, all things that concern us as Black folks. Okay, so go to the Stay Woke group. Make sure you join it on Facebook. Come on in there, share your Black business. But it's also important that we practice collective economics, because, like I said, less than 3% of businesses in Black communities are Black-owned. That's a problem. If you go to a Black community, you're going to see everybody else having businesses there. You're going to see an Arab business. You're going to see a Jewish business. You're going to see a Asian business. You're going to see a Hispanic business, but you will not see a Black-owned business in any of those communities specifically for them. And so it's high time in this time right now that we start to create our own Black businesses and that we support our own Black businesses. I don't believe that we don't want to support Black businesses. I believe that we do want to support Black businesses. We just don't have enough Black businesses to do business with. And so that's why I'm always trying to encourage people to make sure that we know what Black businesses are out there, whether it's online or you have a brick and mortar. And then furthermore, let's make sure that we support Black-owned businesses. So that's my goal, is to bring awareness to Black-owned businesses. I don't know if you know, but there was a study in 2017 that said in the year 2053, with the way things are going, that if things continue the path that it's on, that Black median wealth was going to be a 0 in the year 2053. I don't believe that. And it fucked around and gave us the internet, and it fucked around and gave us AI. I did a TED talk on it. It's called Google that shit. If you haven't seen it, go watch Google. Go watch the TED talk. It's one of the best TEDx's that I've ever seen. And oh, by the way, I curse and I love the Lord. So please, if you can't stand the cursing, like my daddy be like, you was doing good till you started doing all that cussing. Just turn off. And he might be watching that. I'm sorry, Dad, but I be cussing. I don't never cuss in front of my father though, but he likes to listen to me. He was like, you be saying some good stuff. Stop all that cussing. I can't help myself. Anyway, my TEDx is called Google that shit. And I talk about how to close the wealth gap, because I really believe that if we work collectively, if we work together, and if we are aware, education is the key. So when you know better, you got to do better. They used to say, if you want to keep something from Black people, put it in the book. That is no longer the case. I don't believe that anyway. I don't believe those things that they used to say about us that we've adopted, that we say about ourselves. I don't believe it, y'all. I believe that we are intelligent. Black women are the most the most educated demographic. That's graphic out here. That is not saying anything against Black men. And so I don't even like, you know what? And to be honest with you, all of those podcasts that show Black men against Black women, I believe that is a trick of the enemy to keep us divided. J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to America was Negro unity. So anything they can do to separate and divide, that's to divide and conquer over all. That's what they'll do. So don't buy into these negative stereotypes and tropes about Black people, because they are not real. What's real is what we know to be true. Okay. We got to stop the mistrust. This is Willie Lynch, that hundreds of years ago, that's still embedded in our culture and our DNA today, a lot of the times, but things are changing. There's a great awakening happening amongst us, and I'm here for it. I hope you're here for it. With everything that's happening in the administration, with everything that's happened with this presidency, there's clear and blatant racism that always have been there, but it's just been underneath the surface, y'all. Y'all know that. Now we're starting to see it with our own two eyes. And Trump is good about saying, do you believe me or what your lying eyes is telling you? That man, every time he opened up his mouth, he lying about something. And I'm right down the street from the stadium, the Commander Stadium. I'm right down the street. But I didn't hear the booing, but I saw it on TV, and I could actually hear some of the. I heard Beyonce concert from my house. I've heard Kendrick Lamar's concert from my house. I could hear it. It's that close. But I didn't hear the boos. But I wish I would have been listening for the boos. Because like I said, every time that man opened up his mouth, the man is lying. But I think that's a good thing, because we are starting to see the great awakening that's happening to Black people, and I am here for it. You here too? You here for it too, Black Zaire? I'm here for it too. So I do want to talk about two things today. I want to talk about this proposed 50-year mortgage that Trump is proposing. And I want to give you my opinion on it. Now, a longer than a 30-year mortgage is not anything new. We've had 30-year mortgages. They were introduced back in after the New Deal, after FHA loans came out, and they were trying to make home ownership affordable for people to pay. So that's why they created these 30-year mortgages, right? To make them, there used to be a time where you could actually afford a house with one income. There used to be a time when homes were, affordable, where people could actually pay them off in their lifetime. A 50-year mortgage is literally, you'll never pay this house off. A 50-year mortgage, this is literally a lifetime lease of this property. You're never going to pay it off. It's bad enough that it's going to take us 30 years to pay off a mortgage, but 50 years. The average home buyer now is 40 years old when they buy a house. And it was 30, but now it's 40. So you mean to tell me if I get that loan and I never refinance it, I'm going to be 90 years old by the time I pay it off? That's insane. So let's talk about what that really means, because I think it sounds good on the surface, but I think it's a way to kind of put a Band-Aid on a bigger problem. A bigger problem is inflation, rising house prices, and interest rates. That's the big thing that Trump was supposed to fix when he got into office, which he didn't. So here's the proposal. We're going to offer a 50-year mortgage. Come on now. So let's just break down what a 50-year mortgage looks like. Okay. So I want you to get your pen and paper. On a $500,000 loan, $500,000 loan with a 6.5% interest rate. Your monthly principal and interest is $3,160. Okay. On a 50-year loan, you're only saving $300. Your money now goes to your payment goes to $2,800. So on a 30-year loan, your mortgage is $3,100. On a 50-year loan, your mortgage payment is $2,800. So that's a savings of $300 per month. Maybe that'll help you on the short term, okay? But let me tell you how much interest you are paying on each loan. Now, compound interest, Einstein said compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those who know about it, earn from it. Those who don't, pay for it. So there are ways that we can earn compound interest on our money. Banks earn compound interest on your money. So when you put your money in the bank, they take your money and they invest your money in vehicles that generate compound interest. I don't know if you knew. And then they turn around and give you 0.23% interest on your money. So for example, say you put $10,000 in the bank. In 5 years, you're going to get back pennies. You're not even going to get back $100. In fact, let me actually do the math right now while we live. Okay. So if I put 10K in the bank, 0.23% interest, how much will I have made in 5 years? So $10,000 in the bank, the average rate of return you're going to get is 0.23% interest. Okay. So you would have made $115 in 5 years. Now that bank is taking money. This is what compounded interest is. Again, Einstein said it's the 8th wonder of the world. Hold on. All right. So on the same token, if you were to put it in a vehicle that generated compound interest, you would make back an interest of $4,693. So essentially, that $10,000 that you put in the bank that you're letting sit there, you made $115.20 on that. The bank is going to pay you $115 on your $10,000. The bank is also, if you sit that money in the bank for 10 years, the bank is going to make $4,693 in interest. That's compound interest. There are vehicles that you could put your money in to generate compound interest. There's IULs where you could create your own bank. That's a permanent life insurance policy. I would put my money in there. I would put my money in the S&P 500 and just let it sit in stock. You can go into the S&P, you can go into Robinhood, and you could select some stock in the S&P 500 and let it just sit there before you put that money in the bank. Okay. So compound interest works the same way when you're paying your mortgage. So now your mortgage payment that you just saved $300 per month on, you've just also paid, where'd it go? You've also paid, oh, wrong screen. $1.1, almost $1.2 million in interest. So the way compound interest is generated on the third, you're going to pay interest first. So the first 20 years of your mortgage payment, you're only paying interest. So that's higher. That's more interest that you're going to pay to these banks to borrow money for your home. So the $500,000, you're going to pay, so $500,000, you're going to pay $600,000 in interest on a 30-year fixed mortgage. But you're going to pay almost $1.2 million in interest on a 50-year mortgage. So you're saving $300 a month, but you're going to pay $1.2 million in interest as opposed to $600,000 in interest. Now, both of them aren't good, but what would you rather have? You save $300 a month and you save $1 million in interest. So do not let this administration fool you into thinking that's a good deal. You saving a couple $100 a month. So $300, that's times 12, that's $3,600 per year that you're going to pay, that you're going to save, but you're going to pay over $1 million over 50 years. So the lower you can get your term, your time frame, the better off you'll be. I'd rather pay the $300 and pay it off in 30 years and add another 20 years to add to my mortgage payment. That is crazy. So somebody said, take that money and invest it in stocks, ETFs, or purchase a small business. You are absolutely right. The math is not mathing, Booker Williams. It is not mathing. And so that's what I want to say about that 30-year versus the 50-year. Do not let this administration fool you into thinking that it's better for you, because it's not. What they need to do is they need to reduce the interest rates. Now, also, I also have another one that talks about, hold on a second. Because if you would have bought your property in 2021 when the rates were lower, you bought a $500,000 house with a 3% interest rate, your payment would have been $2,108. If you bought it today at today's interest rate on a 50-year mortgage, your payment goes up to $3,000. So if the interest rate is, so instead of just reducing the interest rates, they're gonna lengthen the term of the loan. That's not in our best interest. So Trump is not doing anything. This is also serving the banks. This is also serving big business. This is not serving you, the consumer. Okay. And speaking of you, the consumer, let me just show you a video, which I hadn't really planned on showing it to you today, but since we're talking about you as a consumer, let me just show you what that means for you as a consumer and how the government is just doing more and more to strip your rights and your protections as a consumer with what they're doing with the CFPB. Bear with me one second. All right. For generations, Black people have been hit hardest by predatory lending. From redlining to payday loans to high interest mortgages, the system has always found new ways to trap us in debt. We've been paying more for less simply because of who we are and where we live. That's why the CFPB came into play. It was created after the 2008 financial crash to protect everyday people from banks and lenders who take advantage of us. It's the only federal agency that exists solely to look out for consumers and not corporations. And over the last few years, Wells Fargo got slapped with a $3.7 billion fine for illegally repossessing cars, adding fake fees, and even taking people's homes. Bank of America paid over $250 million for opening fake accounts and charging customers double overdraft fees. First Third, TD Bank, and Fairway Mortgage all face penalties for redlining, reporting false delinquencies, and forcing unnecessary insurance. Those fines were justice. They were accountability. But that accountability cost the big banks billions. And that's where the politics come in. You see, the Trump administration is trying to dismantle the CFPB because the same Wall Street lobbyists and bank executives that got fined are the ones that fund their campaigns. These corporations don't want oversight. They want the freedom to do whatever the hell makes them money, even if it hurts working families. They claim the CFPB is bad for business, but let's be real. It's only bad for their business, the ones that profit off of hidden fees, junk loans, and broken promises. So here's what that means for us. If the CFPB is weakened or destroyed, the people who get hurt first are us. The single mother trying to buy a home, the small business owner applying for a line of credit, the college graduate trying to build their credit. Without protections, the system goes right back to business as usual. And we've seen that movie before. So what do? Support Black-owned banks, lenders, and mortgages. But even then, ask questions. Read every contract. Get a second opinion. Your financial literacy is your first line of defense. And if you get hit with shady fees or unfair treatments, go to consumerfinance.gov and file a complaint. That's what the CFPB is for. They work for you. Now drop a black fist in the comments and share this with someone who needs to hear this financial gem. For generations, Black people have been hit. I am. I feel like an old person. I feel like an old person. Okay, give me a second. All right. So boom. Okay. So that's what the protections are. That's what the CFPB is for. And so when Doge came with their wrecking ball, yeah, the good old billionaires club. When Doge came with their wrecking ball, they tried to remove the CFPB because it was not benefiting their donors. And what happened is the CFPB is self-funded. They get funded by the fines that they put on these banks. So they could not, they did everything they could to strip the CFPB. But I wish I had a video where Trump is talking about how the CFPB was predatory. They're only predatory to the powers that be, to the corporations, because they are being held accountable. This is something that protects us as a consumer. And so the moment that the administration takes things away to protect us as a consumer, you know they're not looking out for your best interest. And I don't even know why people still think that Trump is looking out for our best interest. There's nothing that you could tell me that leads me to believe this man is willing to starve the American public so that he doesn't have to pay us for insurance so that he can give tax cuts to the 1% is insane. But this is the world that we live in. And so my goal is just to sound the alarm on certain things. Now, speaking of which, sounding the alarm, I want to tell y'all. So for you guys that are not friends with me on Facebook and who don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok, I want to tell you what just happened to me last week when we talk about real estate fraud. Now, I need you to listen closely, okay? This happened to your girl who actually knows a little something. So this has been going on for quite a bit. I got caught up in a ring of real estate fraud. So last year, I purchased a home, this home that I'm in right now. I purchased this home last year. And as I was in contract on let me tell you. So saw a home. So let me go back. Let me go back. When I moved out here, I was renting a house. I had been renting for about a year and a couple of months. And I had been looking in this particular neighborhood because I really wanted to buy in this particular neighborhood. And homes don't come on the market in this neighborhood very often. So finally, a home finally comes in on the market. Yay! I'm so excited. I'm thrilled. I'm nervous. I see it come on at 11 o'clock at night. Next morning, I call the agent at 7:47 in the morning. I call her. By 12 o'clock, I had an offer on her desk. I even said, listen, I don't even want commission. I want this house so bad. I don't even want a commission. I want you to represent me. And I think she was representing somebody else. So she was like, it's conflict of interest. I can't represent you. Okay, cool. I go and I write an offer. This house was under $1 million. So it was a great deal. It was a deal for this area. And I just wanted it bad. This was everything that I wanted, even though I hadn't seen it. I'm buying it sight unseen. Ain't went in. Nothing. I'm like, I don't care. I wanted. I seen it. The roof was neat, bad. I still wanted it. I didn't care. This was a property that I really wanted really bad. So she had an open house. There was like 60 people at the open house. Bunch of different offers came in, and they were like, "We want sis to have it." And so they accepted my offer. We get in the contract. The offer was subject to court approval. I didn't even know what that was about. I was like, is this a short sale? Like, what's going on? They were like, no, the HOA put a lien on the property and we're just trying to get it removed. Oh, okay, easy breezy. So we get in contract in April. They have a court date. And now I'm in position to close within 2 weeks. Like, I'm on it. I own a mortgage company, so I'm on it, right? So they said we have a court appearance in May. So I said, okay, cool, easy breezy. Well, they go to court in May. They come out. And I'm thinking, all right, we ready to close? I'm ready to fund. And they're like, no, we lost. So this house this is when I found out what's going on. This house has essentially been foreclosed on and somebody bought it for $8,800. What? $8,800? Well, the gentleman that I was buying it from, he was an elderly man. He was sick over the years and he fell behind on the HOAs. To the tune of a few $1,000s, which ended up with court fees and things like that being about $8,800. Okay. And so when they went to court, the judge ruled that the foreclosure stood and that this person was now purchasing this property for $8,800. Now he still had a mortgage on this property. I think it was probably like a $500,000 mortgage or something like that. And so, but there's also $500,000 in equity on the property as well. So this guy was essentially going to pay this $8,800. He was going to have to pay the $500,000 mortgage off, obviously, but he was going to be able to walk in with $500,000 in equity, and he's going to turn around and sell it, or he's going to keep it. Whatever he was going to do, I don't know. So we're like, what? So this still stood. Well, that attorney said, well, there's another attorney that I think would be better suited. He is well-versed in this. Go ahead and let's appeal with him. Now, there was a few things that happened. I was like, they didn't have the money to do it. I was like, I'll go ahead and give you the money. Like, I want this house. I was willing to do anything that needed to be done in order for us to get in position so that they can get this thing. Because I really believe that they weren't going to lose this house over $8,800. So I was willing to step in the gap to do whatever I needed to do to make it happen. So they get this other attorney. I'm on the phone with them. We're on a conference call. The first thing this attorney says is, oh, this is going to be a slam dunk. I've dealt with the same investor, this the same attorney on another deal. They did this wrong. It's, wait a minute. And I'm thinking lights is going off in my mind. You dealt with the same attorney and the same investor in a totally different community. Same type of deal. He was able to get the foreclosure reversed. So I'm thinking, wait, what? This don't sound right. Something don't smell right in the milk, y'all. Same attorney, same investor, different HOA. Okay. So this is happening all over the place. So he was like, oh, I know the judge too. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and file whatever with the judge. And she'll probably just overturn it. So he filed whatever, judge didn't overturn it. So we had to wait until, so this was May, we had to wait until August for another hearing. Go to court for the next hearing. And there was something that wasn't done correctly or something. So I'm thinking, again, I'm ready to fund. By this time it was cool because I ended up getting another loan, ended up getting another appraisal too, and the house appraised for even more than I anyway. So ended up getting another loan. I was ready. It didn't happen because some technicality. So then they pushed it out to October. I was ready to close since April. I'm like getting antsy. In the meantime, this investor preemptively filed an appeal because he knew he was going to lose. So they go to court. Judge is pissed. Okay. The judge is like, you can't buy a tent in this county for $8,800, let alone a house in this community for $8,800. So they had done all this stuff wrong. They had illegally filed this for this foreclosure. They didn't go through the process. They didn't properly notify him. They didn't do anything correctly. The deed is just like, it's just totally a mess. But this is common practice and it's rarely challenged. And that's the reason why they're able to get through it. So I looked this guy up. I see that there are over 60 properties, his name alone, but he has a whole nother LLC that he's buying properties in as well. All these people, he's either in foreclosure or he's evicting them. Okay. So I'm seeing this. We finally, they go to the court overturns it, invalidates the foreclosure, out the window. We're done. They're like, Constance, let's settle. Boom. I'm the lender. Send my funds. We ready to go. Okay. So we close. Everything is great. Everything is wonderful. I move in the house. In fact, I actually helped them get into their other house because the house that I was renting, I had referred them over to the landlord. And I said, hey, these are some good people. Would you be willing to rent to them? And we actually swapped houses. So we became good friends. I became friends with them. Everything is cool, right? So, my mail gets sent to their house. Sometimes their stuff gets sent to my house. So we real cool. We talk, every now and then. Me and his daughter talk every now and then. And it's cool. She's like, hey, can I use the pool? Can I put my, let's go have at it. I don't use that shit. So whatever. We're friendly. Anyway, fast forward to March of this year, I'm on the computer, probably just got off of here or something. I get a notification from Zillow. Zillow says a home has just sold in your neighborhood for $8,800. You got to be kidding me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I know this motherfucker didn't, right? So I go look on Zillow and guess whose home it is? My home. So essentially, this crook took this deed that the sheriff gave them. So when they foreclosed back in April of last year, when they foreclosed, that was overturned because it was done improperly and illegally. The sheriff had given him a deed. Well, he could never, he was never supposed to record it. As they were in litigation, as they were in appeals, they weren't supposed to record it. So what does he do? He goes and files an appeal with the Supreme Court. So that was a preemptive filing that he did right before the judge overturned it. He preemptively filed an appeal because what he was trying to do is he was trying to tie up the property because what he said was, you might as well, they said he was, I wasn't there, so allegedly, but they said that he was just in there just wilding in court, just talking crazy to everybody. He was threatening, allegedly, let me say allegedly, This is what I heard from the other agent, and I heard this from another agent that I spoke with. He's threatening the agents. He was threatening the agents. He was threatening threatening their license, to go to the commissioner to get their license taken. He did that to the agent on this house, and he did it to the agent on another property that I spoke with over the weekend. That's what he does. It's a tactic. He threatens the people there, just like he did Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey, he had a thing with Kevin Spacey. He had this big battle with Kevin Spacey last year, 2024. Kevin Spacey said he was a bully. That's exactly who he was to these people. Allegedly, he was threatening them, trying to put them out the property. He did that to the other people too. This is how he operates. Okay. So he goes to Supreme Court. Supreme Court denies it. And then in March, he goes and files that deed that was invalidated with the courts. The deed the judge invalidated the deed, but he went and recorded it on my house anyway. So now what happens? I get notified. Of course, the first thing I do is I contact the attorney that was working on it. And then I have what's called title insurance, which everybody should have when they're buying a house. Your lender automatically puts title insurance on your property. So I call the title insurance company. They hired the attorney, and the attorney, filed a claim against them. Now, here's what happened. So the first attorney reached out to his attorney, said, "Hey, I don't know what the hell's going on, but you filed an invalid deed on my client, blah, blah, blah." This motherfucker said, "You guys are violating my civil rights. This is my house, and I am entitled to it. I'm going to sue you, but I'll take a payout." So the lawyer was like, "This dude crazy for real, Constance. You better be careful, because he sounds like he's nuts. He really thinks this is his house." I said, "Well, if he come over here, he going to come walking, but he going to leave in a body bag, or he going to leave limping. Don't get it twisted. I'm not the one. So if you want to come over here and act a fool, I'm ready. I don't play them games." So that was his stance. So my attorneys, they filed a order for them to remove his name off my property. He never responded. So last Friday, I had a court hearing, and for them, just the formalities. My attorney said, "You don't even have to show up." I'm showing up anyway. I want to know what's going on firsthand. I want to see. So it's a Zoom call. I wish I had it. It's a Zoom call, and it's basically saying that his deed was invalid and I'm the rightful owner, and they have to reverse the property back to me. So since then, I've been getting a ton of DMs from a lot of victims that this has happened to, all over the place, all over Maryland. Same tactics. This man is coming in. He's buying these liens, these HOA liens. Same attorney, same investor, and somehow, this is what the agent told me yesterday when I spoke with her. She said that this HOA was in one community, the community that she was in, I guess, and they were transitioning that HOA company out. So they were getting a new company. I don't know if they were functioning, if they were doing something. I don't know what happened, but they were transitioning them out. And what this HOA company did is everybody who was behind on their HOAs, they foreclosed on all of them on the way out. And so this couple that she worked with was one of the people that they did that to. Only thing is, their HOAs was paid up. They had gotten behind, but their HOAs were already paid up. They were trying to sell their home and they were elderly, so that they can go into a senior community. That's what they were trying to do. Their son was helping them. She said it was so stressful. It took them a year to get through all of this, all the threats, all the lies. He just kept hitting them with more paperwork, and more paperwork. And after about a year after they got through it, everybody died. The couple died and their son died. She said it was so stressful. All of them died. Son that was trying to help their parents, and the parents had died as well. The parents were elderly. The son wasn't, but she said it was very, very stressful. She was like, "I think that has something to do with it, because it was terrible." She was like, "I was stressed out." So these are some of the tactics that this man has been using just to, continue to file his paperwork, file it in the wrong courts, hold up the properties. file these deeds. He probably was going to, he could have done a couple of things. I'm sure he didn't think that I knew that his name was on my property. Okay. So what was probably going to happen is he was going to probably one day have somebody evict me because this is his house, because his name is on it, even though I have a $800,000 mortgage on it. He was going to try to evict me from his house. And so he didn't, or house is in his name. He might've been able to pull some equity or put some liens on the property. That could have also happened. I don't know what his intention was, but I know that it wasn't good, because if you're putting your name on somebody else's property, the goal is to steal it. And that's what he was trying to do. He just came to the wrong one. He just happened to try to steal the wrong person's property, which was me. And this is happening in real time. So I have reached out to a lot of different entities, and I made no headway. Last year when I talked about this, because I talked about it last year and it went viral. And one of the delegates reached out to me. I forget his name, Holmes. One of the delegates in Maryland reached out to me, and we had a conference call, and he ended up passing some legislation around HOA. But it's still not enough. I reached out to a county council person. I spoke with the state's attorney at the time, but she was transitioning to county executive. She was actually on the show, Aisha Braveboy. And I've talked to several people. But I had been so busy that I kind of let it go. I kind of let it go after this is when I was in contract. When all this stuff was going on, it was a nightmare. And I'm trying to get people's attention so that they can help us move this. Like, this is what's going on, and this is corrupt, and all this stuff is going on. And when we finally closed, it was just like, okay. And I just moved on with my life. But then he filed his deed on my property. So in my mind, this is God's way of telling me that I need you to help shine light on this. This is what you are supposed to be doing, Constance Carter. You are supposed to be shining light and educating people. You are already a wealth activist. Your goal and your mission and your life is really about helping people to preserve their wealth. And wealth, especially Black wealth in this county, one of the wealthiest counties in the world, in the country. Prince George's County is one of the wealthiest African-American counties in the country. Just a few months ago, over 300,000 Black women, a good portion of them lived in this county because they were working for the federal government, making good six-figure incomes. A lot of them had government contracts, lost their jobs. They're doing everything they can on the federal level in this administration to destroy Black wealth. And then you have other entities working overtime to defraud people from the number one wealth builder in this country, and did it to me personally here in real time. So what are my next steps? I'm not going to tell you publicly what my next steps are, because I'm not letting my right hand know what my left hand is doing. But trust me, it's not over at all. But I do want to bring awareness to what's happening. And if you know someone specifically that has been affected by this, definitely let me know. And I'm happy. I'm happy to talk to them. I've already. There was another gentleman that reached out to me. His neighbor went out of the country for 10 months to care for an ailing parent. Got behind on his HOAs, $1,700. Came home. His house was gone. His house was sold in HOA foreclosure. The guy, so he said, I'm worried about this guy. He said he was walking around in a daze. He owes less than $100,000 on the house. It's almost paid off. He's like, I've been working so hard for this. How can this happen to me? And he said he was like, I'm really worried about him. So I reached out to him, and he actually finally responded to me this morning. And somebody else reached out to me and said, hey, this happened to my dad. My dad was at work. He gets notification that his stuff is being put out of his house, an eviction. He had no idea. They said that, oh, we couldn't get in contact with you, so we put the notification, we gave the notice to your neighbor. You cannot do that. That is complete and utter bullshit. You cannot do that. So there's a lot of things that's being done, being backdoored, processes that don't need to be followed. And when the attorney that the seller had got involved, he knew exactly what they did and what they didn't do correctly, because that's how they do all of them. He's like, there's like, say there's 10 points of what they need to do, and they did none of them, or maybe they did 2. And he knew exactly what it was when he came in, and he knew exactly how to fight it, because they do all of them like this. Somebody somewhere is allowing this to slide. Somebody somewhere is giving him the heads up. And I also heard that, I don't know, but someone told me in a conversation that this investor, his brother, owns the title company. Because I'm like, how is the title company going to record this invalid deed? Like, what title company would do that? Well, if his brother owns a title company, makes a lot of sense. So this is a process that they've been getting away with, that I feel, allegedly, for a long time. And a lot of people aren't educated. They don't know what to do, or they don't have the means to fight this sort of thing. And a lot of the folks that they are targeting are going to be people who are older, who have equity. They're not going to have nobody. You're not going to have somebody with an $800,000 house and an $800,000 loan. Makes no financial sense. But if you've been there 20 years and you owe 300,000 and it's now worth $1 million, oh, that's a prime property. Okay, cool. Let's do it. And so that's essentially what's been happening. And so that's my goal, and my mission is to just ring the alarm and let people know. So let me, before I get to, if you guys have any questions, I do want to address your questions, but I do want to tell you, why I'm here. This is the Grow Your Money podcast. And the reason why I come here live every single day is just to educate you on ways that you could grow your money. And so what I do is I have a private club where I teach you just different strategies on real estate. Look, hold on, let me show you. While everybody else is out here blowing their money, you about to be growing your money. How? Inside the Grow Your Money Club, this is your one-stop wealth building training hub designed to help you build, grow, invest, and diversify your income. You have the credit bundle, which is going to help you to increase your credit IQ with business credit, personal credit, with the credit repair masterclass. And then you have the real estate bundle. This is where we're going to show you how to invest in tax deeds, land banks, how to buy a house separately from your spouse, the Living Trust ebook, and from Campus Cash Flows, showing your children how to become real estate investors. In the investor bundle, you're going to learn how to invest using Robinhood, the investor success formula, and the wealth map 6-phase blueprint that shows you how to build, grow, and invest your money. And finally, the business builder bundle. This is where we show you how to establish your entity and build business credit, how to obtain government contracts, how to create jaw-dropping video content, how to write and publish your best-selling book, and even how to bring your idea to life. You can purchase each training a la carte, get the bundle that fits your goals, or unlock the 12-month roadmap, which is your full access pass to every single training inside the Grow Your Money Club. While they're spending, you stacking. While they're watching, you winning. Join the Grow Your Money Club today. So, for those of you who want to build, grow, and sustain your wealth, I do what's called the Grow Your Money Club. Inside there, I have tons of training that will help you to increase your net worth in one way or the other. The other thing is, tomorrow I'm doing a free training. I normally don't come on Tuesdays, but every Tuesdays now, I'll be doing a free training, a gym masterclass. It is going to show you how to get your financially IQ lit. I'm going to be showing you tomorrow how to raise your credit score 60 points in 60 days. So this is your masterclass. So I won't be live to the public. This is only for people who register. You got to go to gymmasterclass.com. This is 1 hour only. It'll really be just around 30 minutes. Then I'll have time for Q&A. But this is where we are I'm going to show you how to increase your credit score 60 points in 60 days. But every Tuesday. So from now on, I won't be on here, but every Tuesday I will be doing a free training for you. Why? Because I want to give you everything you need, the tools that you need in order for you to stack your money, to grow your money, to build your wealth, to create your legacy, to pass it to your children, your children's children. So if you go to gymmasterclass.com, register with me, and we'll do this tomorrow at same time. 8 o'clock Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. So we'll be doing the gym masterclass. Tomorrow is going to be credit. Next week is going to be something else. So forever on Tuesdays, it'll be the gym masterclass where I'll be showing you different ways, different strategies on how to just build your business, build your net worth, increase your financial IQ and your credit IQ. That's what this is. This is my give back to you. All right. And then finally, if you're a Black woman or you know a Black woman, yay, Christina, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Yeah, join. Come on in, Cut and Dro. Come on in. It's free. It's absolutely free. If you're a Black woman or you know a Black woman, one of the things that I do for Black women is Net 7 Collective. So what Net 7 Collective is it is a group of women that I personally coach from all over the country. And what we do is I teach them different strategies. Like last week, I just taught them how to create their own merchandise, to create another revenue stream through their merchandise. I show them how to do a podcast. I show them how to invest in real estate. This is live trainings directly with me. I show them how to create their own communities. As a result of that, they have increased their money significantly. They have become authors. They wrote books. Like now they're most of them are authors. They have children's book. We're writing a children's book right now. We have a book called Unbreakable. Bam, which is a book. 17 of them are authors. So if you're a Black woman or you know a Black woman and you just need a tribe of women that are going to help support you, help grow you, help build you, and it's more about them than me. The secret sauce of the Net 7 Collective is that the community and the caliber of Black women. I make sure that it's a sacred and safe space for you to come and not only lay your burdens down and get filled up, but learn and get actual tools to increase your net worth. So if you're interested, go to my website, constancecarter.com, or you can go to net7bbs.com. And I'm happy to talk to you about that. Go to not book with Constance, constancecarter.com. Book with Constance don't work no more. Go to constancecarter.com. Also, constancecarter.com. Also, Net 7 Nation are our local chapters for Net 7 Collective, and that's those are local chapters throughout the country that we have, and internationally. So we have from all over the country, in Europe, in Africa as well, and the islands. So if you are a Black woman in any of these places, we have local chapters that are designated for you to help you, again, on the same level, but locally. All right. And y'all, listen, I just finished my Ramp book. I just finished a new book. I just wrote a new book. It's called The Ramp Journal. Do I have one on here? Oh, yep, I do. It's coming soon, but it's here, but it's ready, but I haven't introduced it to the public yet. So y'all are the first people that I'm introducing it to. I'm actually doing this 21-day challenge right now, and it is amazing. It has done so much for me. So basically what I've done is I've taken a strategy that I use in order to get me, to restart me, to reset me, to get me unstuck, to get me out of where I was at before. You know, I went through a divorce. I moved across the nation. I had to just kind of refine myself and reset. And this strategy that I also teach to the women inside Net 7 Collective is what I use. So I created a journal for it. I created a Ramp journal. And so it's not really available. I haven't pushed it out yet, but it is available on Amazon if you want it. And right now I have some of the ladies there are 21 ladies that are doing a 21-day challenge right now. So if you want to join us, go to Amazon and get the Ramp journal, the 21-day reset, and you could join us and let me know. And you know what? I'll just do a Facebook group. But you could join us in the challenge, but this is going to help you get reset. It's going to in 21 days, but I give you prompts. I give you affirmations. I give you things that you need to do. I utilize Tesla's 369 method in order to create this energy and this habit to get you to where you need to go. So if you're interested, go to that as well. But that's all I have today. So tomorrow, do not forget, sign up, go to gymmasterclass.com. Tomorrow I'll be talking to you about your credit. Your credit is the foundation. In order to build your credit, build your wealth, you've got to have good credit, because wealthy people do not use their own money. They use OPM, which is other people's money. Okay. So if you want to increase your credit score by at least 60 points in 60 days, go to gymmasterclass.com. And for those of you who are going to be there, I'll see you tomorrow. For those of you who you aren't, I'll see you on Wednesday and then on Thursday. And that's it. All right. I'll see you. Peace.